your council representative to make announcements of activities that are going on in their respective districts. And as we get started, I have an announcement. Just want to let everyone know in District 9 that the rezoning request from RS40 to AR2A for the Hudson Road project is still on track, and it will be heard by the Planning Commission Thursday, July the 27th at 4 p.m. at the Sunny West Conference Center. So anyone interested in attending and wanting to voice their opinion either way, please be there promptly at 4 o'clock on the 27th. With that, we'll get started. Council Lady Weiner.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate it. For those who are not aware, Joseph Woodson's mother suffered a sudden illness and was hospitalized at Vanderbilt this past week and had emergency surgery. And I have a message for everyone from Joseph. I went up to the hospital and spent a good deal of time with him, and he said he just wants everyone to know how absolutely blessed and loved he feels because everyone's kind words and offerings of help have offered a beacon of light in this dark journey. My mom's going to get better. Keep that love and those prayers coming because they're working. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Lady Weiner, and glad to know, and we want to transmit that we all are his mother's welfare, and he is in our thoughts and prayers.
I'll be back up there tomorrow, so I'll let him know.
Thank you. Councilman O'Connell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I had just a couple of announcements. One is that this week, Friday, July 21st, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Nashville Farmers Market, it is the Peach Jam Night Market. So that will start over there at 5 p.m. If you have never taken advantage of an evening opportunity to get down to the farmers market, I do encourage you to do it. There is live music, a bunch of different vendors that are not always out there during the week and on the weekends, and it's a great family-friendly event. I did also want to mention that on Monday, July 24th at 6 p.m., Capital District neighbors are invited to attend basically a public safety neighborhood meeting hosted by Salem Town neighbors at Industrial Strength Marketing right at the intersection of 5th and Taylor in Germantown. With the recently passed budget and some concerns about increases in both property and violent crimes in the North Precinct area, officers from North Precinct are going to be coming out to that, and I think it'll be a good opportunity to learn more about how these budget improvements should offer enhancements to our approaches to public safety. And then also along those lines, Tuesday, August 1st is when we celebrate Nashville's Night Out Against Crime. It is obviously going to be our next Metro Council meeting, but I do encourage all neighbors who are not otherwise occupied to check in with local neighborhood groups to see whether they are organizing events. I know of a couple things. There is Envision Napier and Sudicum is doing an event that afternoon as part of a day out against crime. And again, I know Salem Town neighbors and some of the other neighborhoods in the Capital District are organizing something as well. I know Midtown Hills has reached out to some of the neighborhoods in the Edge Hill community. So please do pay attention. That night is a great night to demonstrate that you want your community to be safer. And I hope that as many Nashvillians as possible can participate in this year's Nashville's Night Out Against Crime. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Councilman O'Connell. Council Lady Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a couple of things I want to announce. I have a community meeting scheduled this Thursday, July 20th at 6 p.m. at the Martin Center, 2400 Fairfax, and the topic will be a project at the corner of Orleans and Ackland to talk about the construction schedule and lines of communication for the neighbors. So I hope the folks who live in that area will show up to the Martin Center for that. Also, just to remind everyone all over Nashville that the Nashville Next review for the 2017 updates will be an open house type of meeting that everyone is invited to. That's July 24th from 3 to 7 at the Development Services Center at the Howard Office Building at 800 2nd Avenue South. And that's open to the public just to find out what changes have been made to Nashville Next, and also if you need just a review of what in the world Nashville's general plan says, that's a great opportunity to have staff explain that to you. And finally, want to point out to all the council members that you have these nifty eclipse glasses on your desk. compliments of the Adventure Science Center. The eclipse is August 21. We'll announce it again. This is a total solar eclipse. It only happens every 5 years or so, and Nashville is lucky enough to be on the path. So I hope all council members will not only take advantage of that, but also make sure your constituents know what an amazing opportunity this is on August 21 at around 1:30, and that it's only safe to look at it if you have glasses like this. There will be events all over Nashville. The Science Center is having 3 days of festival, the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. Metro Public Schools will be in session, but they are planning all kinds of great curriculum opportunities so that those students will be outside experiencing one of the greatest scientific events of the century. So council members, you should each have one of those on your desk, and you can send your constituents to the Science Museum or a number of other places to get the tools they need and find out information on how best to experience that event. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Lady Allen. Looking forward to
Safe.
Councilman Syracuse.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. I have an important community meeting next Tuesday, the 25th. Cavalia is a major horse show that's coming to the Opry area, Pennington Bend. And so next Tuesday night, the 25th at 7 p.m., at the Texas Troubadour Theater, folks from Cavalia, from the Hermitage Precinct, and I and others will be there to explain the show, especially to Pennington Bend residents, and give you all the details about traffic management and all those kind of details. So again, I encourage everybody, especially who lives in the Pennington Bend area and surrounding neighborhoods, to come out to the Texas Troubadour Theater next Tuesday, the 25th at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Syracuse. Council Lady Van Reese.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pridemore. I have a couple of things. Just in a couple of days, on Thursday the 20th is the Madison Community Breakfast. For literally decades, this community breakfast is taking place. Once again, this year it'll be at the Madison Police Precinct, bright and early at 7 a.m. It is being sponsored by the Madison Police Precinct as well as the Madison Rivergate Chamber of Commerce and a number of other different nonprofits throughout the area. We look forward to seeing you bright and early Thursday at 7 a.m. Also, in my district, a neighborhood cleanup is going to take place on Saturday. We'll get started at 9 o'clock over by Oakwood Park. So right there at Oakwood Avenue at the current entrance of Oakwood Park will be a place where you can take some heavy items that you're dying to get rid of but don't want to put on the side of the road. Please bring it along. And then our beautification commissioner, Abby Tolan from Madison, will be with us to help us pick up the trash along the way. The folks, of course, in the neighboring District 5 neighborhoods are welcome to join us. So that is Saturday, this Saturday, the 22nd, 9 a.m. over at Oakwood Park. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Councilor Van Reese. I'm looking forward to the sausage, biscuits, and gravy at the community breakfast. Councilman Hastings.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I was just would like to report to District 2. There will be a community meeting for the district-wide on next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at the Northwest YMCA. I'm sorry, the North Precinct, the police precinct, not the Y, but the North Precinct. We will be able to go over a few things that are changing within our community, and we will be able to hear some of the suggestions that our community has for us. We look forward to meeting with all of you. And again, thank you, District 2 and the community and the supporters of our community for allowing me to be your councilman. If you have any questions concerning this meeting, please reach out to us, or you can go to our metro.gov webpage and submit any questions to our emails. But again, thank you, and we will meet on this coming up Tuesday, which is the 25th at 6:30 p.m. And we will answer some questions for you and being able to help to point all of us in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Hastings. Councilman Bedney.
Thank you, Pro Tem. Well, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. One is remind people that the first Saturday of the month, we are having our office hours, District 31 office hours at Pork Belly Cafe. Great place to eat if you guys can make it all the way to the southeast. And it'll be at 10 a.m. first Saturday. I wanted to take a moment of personal privilege to say that I got to be an international observer on an election, a referendum that happened this past Sunday here in Nashville. 1,222 Venezuelans came to vote to speak out against an expanded powers for the current president in Venezuela. It was amazing to see thousands of people come and make a line under the sun in the middle of the heat on a Sunday. Some of them drove all the way from Kentucky, from Alabama, from Knoxville, just to cast their vote for freedom. And I was very honored, and I wanted to share that with you because it wasn't really covered on the media, but it was a deciding moment to see so many people go through that trouble. When we know we work really hard when we have an election here to get people to come out and vote, these 1,222 people the organizers volunteered to create this election, and they put it together in 9 days just by using social media. So if you know any Venezuelans, just thank them for taking part in this election. And I wasn't going to talk about this, but I just got to my desk and I had an anonymous letter. And it was interesting because it was full of insults. And so the person that sent me this letter, if you guys, whoever sent it, if you will take the time to put your name, I'll be happy to talk to you. It says things like, if you have any skills, you can work. Lifetime benefits for a year of services is absorbed, get a real job, blah, blah, blah. And then it says diversities and a joke, a liberal scam. I happen to disagree. I think diversity is what makes our city great. And this benefit, what we voted on, wasn't going to affect us. It was something we wanted to affect future candidates. And I think it was appropriate for us to protect future candidates from not being able to do a job which is already very tough. And I think I have plenty of skills. I have designed buildings like our office building. I run a nonprofit. So I think if I didn't do this, I'll probably make more money in the private sector. But I'm very proud of serving this city. So if you will have the honor of giving me your name, I'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councilman Bedney, and we're glad you're here. Councilman Leonardo.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. I would like to let all the District 1 residents know that the Bordeaux Hills reunion, the annual Bordeaux Hills reunion, is going to be this Saturday. It's an all-day event at the end of Panorama at the Bordeaux Hills Gardens Park. It's a family fun event, and hope to see you there. Even if you don't live in Bordeaux Hills, if you're across town, you're still welcome to come. The other big meeting that's going to be happening is this coming Tuesday, the 25th, from 6 to 6:30 at the Northwest YMCA. The mayor's going to be there, and the Office of Neighborhoods and Community Engagement. They're going to have a big announcement for the Bordeaux community. And again, that's next Tuesday at the Northwest YMCA there on Ashland City Highway from 6 to 6:30. So if you live in District 2, you could come by and hear this Bordeaux announcement and then go to Councilman Hastings' meeting. So look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Leonardo. Council Lady Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. District 29, there is a community meeting that is in progress. Just put a tentative date for Wednesday, July 26th. I am still working on the details and trying to get confirmation for that meeting from the developer. But this is in regards to 3612 Butler Road. All of the neighbors in that area were aware at the last community meeting that there has been an application that has been filed for a zone change for that property. And so the developer has proactively reached out and wants to meet with the community before proceeding. They are coming, Grisham Smith and Partners and their team are planning to come out and share the plans that they would like to propose. This is not a done deal in any way. This is just an introductory meeting so that you can learn what they would propose for this property. Again, That is Wednesday, July 26th. The meeting will be at 6:30 p.m. The location has not been confirmed, so that will be emailed out, and it will be posted on all of our district pages. They are planned to be at the Planning Commission meeting on August 24th. So we have plenty of time to go back and forth and meet with the developer to see if we can come up with something that works for everyone. Also, my office hours, again, are the fourth Saturday from 10 to 12 at First Tennessee Bank. Please come out and share with me your concerns, anything that you would like to see worked on. Also, we will be having a cleanup that will be scheduled soon. There is a tentative date out there, but I'm not going to share that until all the details are confirmed for that cleanup as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Lady Johnson. If there are no other council members wishing to speak, that will conclude the council announcements. Stay tuned for the council meeting at 6:30. Thank you.